Hello there. It's good to have you join us once again on Eyewitness Report. I am Yomi Otaibe. Motorists flying the Lokoja-Abuja highway cry out to government over the discomfort occasioned by the deplorable state of the road. The demolition of a structure that once stood as a unifying factor leaves the residents of Festac extension saddened. Also, the Kobakwe low-cost housing project in Obafemi Owode local government area revives the hope in tackling housing deficit in Ogun State. These and more shortly. Sometimes development requires patience from the beneficiaries who would have to bear the pain that comes with it. In this case, the delay in the rehabilitation of the Lokoja-Abuja expressway is draining the patience of motorists.
The volume of vehicular traffic on the Lokoja to Abuja highway tells how important it is. Hundreds of thousands of people, especially from the southwest, travel on this route daily to connect the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, and states in the north for business, work, and holiday. It's about 159 kilometers between Lokoja and Abuja. Traveling at the speed of 80 kilometers per hour, a driver can reach Abuja within 2 hours, 30 minutes. But just as important as the road is, users also experience discomfort during travel, as seen here. Recently, there has been a high gridlock holding down travelers for several hours. This is caused by the rehabilitation of failed sections of the road around the Lokoja axis. This has been on for over 3 months. Travelers say they are worried that the work is being dragged for too long.
They say they are doing this road. And this road they are doing at the traffic junction there. They have stopped the road now, at least. They have stopped doing the road now more than 3 weeks now. They have no, and they use the caterpillar to block the road, which cause hold up for the people that are coming like this. They can't go.
I've been here since 2001. The time now is about 6 o'clock. And it's so sad that Nigeria is just kind of a country that is mismanaged like this. This is not my first time experience. I'm speaking for personal experience. What does it cost Nigerian government to do a road, a first-class road in the country that leads to the capital of the country? It's a pure shame.
The gridlock often extends to Lokoja town as heavy-duty vehicles occupy one part of the dual carriage road, leaving the other part for other motorists. In worst cases, some travelers will choose to walk a long distance to their destination. Others patronize commercial motorcycle operators.
I have been there more than 3 hours now. If I can predict, 3 hours now. I have to trek and leave our vehicle to go and join another vehicle there before I can continue my journey. So because of this hold up, I see pregnant woman trekking. Because of this same hold up, I saw another one pregnant woman fainted because of this same situation. I'm begging Nigeria government to please help us.
Sometimes it takes the combined effort of the Road Safety Corps and security personnel to control the heavy traffic. At the time of this report, the contractor handling the road repair was not on ground to speak to Channels Television. All efforts to get the Road Safety Corps to explain how it is managing the situation did not yield any result.
Where other infrastructure fail, the community town hall in Festac Extension Estate, Amuwo-Odofin area of Lagos State, was a solace and a social-cultural heritage for the people of the area. Its sudden demolition leaves so much to ask about the state government's interest in the social life of the residents.
It began with a series of eyewitness videos showing a bulldozer pulling down a structure within Festac Extension of the Federal Low-Cost Housing Estate in Amuwo-Odofin local government area. Within hours, the building was brought to the ground. 2 days after, the excavator was still clearing its remains. Most residents were shocked at the sight of the destroyed building that served as a community hall since the inception of the estate.
On Sunday morning, I came to see my mother in the afternoon. My younger one was telling me they dropped the hall. They came in late, I think early morning, while people were there. Church was going on, and they didn't allow anybody to even pick anything. They just grounded everything.
And again, we are really lost. We don't know where. We don't know who is who. We don't know who exactly is doing this. We want to know whether it truly is from the government. We want to know whether it's fully from individual. These are the things, these are the questions we've been asking ourselves. We know we are also putting in a dynamite. Maybe one day they may come and say, okay, the flats are not for us anymore. Because this town hall is a place where we have the right, we thought we have the right to.
In this Festac extension where we are now, there's not a good thing government can say this is what they have been able to do. But in this place we will pay tenement rate, we will pay for land use charge, we will pay for estate supervision. All this money they collect from us, nothing has been done to show for it. The only thing we cannot see they have been able to do now is to take over things that belong to all of us. Besides
being a meeting point, the facility, as seen in these pictures, served several developmental purposes to the community. A notice board placed by the entrance to the land bears information about the project set to occupy the space, the contractor, and the Lagos State Building Investment Company being the government agencies funding it.
In our master plan, the redefined plan, we intend to build 340 units of housing, low-income housing in that place. There are spaces that were not built up within the estate. I told you that when lands were acquired by government, they always acquired more than what they can build at a particular point in time. Taking into consideration future development in terms of population and activities. So there were, as I'm talking to you now, there were over 10 locations within the estate that were building 340 units of flats. We have mobilized people to site. One of them is that store that I told you about. That's space, okay? And there are other spaces.
In defense of its action, the managing director of the state agency begins by correcting some alleged misconceptions.
There were nowhere that was designated as a hall or a meeting center. It was actually used as a store. And it has always been there for a very long time. Now, to answer your question directly, what led to the demolition? There were reports, security reports, and petitions from the residents informing LBIC that that place has been turned to hideout for unscrupulous elements, area boys within Darazis. And they're causing a lot of danger, unrest within the vicinity. There are spaces that are not built up in that place. You just see that local people, area boys, some unscrupulous residents, they always lease it out to mechanic and they'll be collecting money from them. Part of the so-called places that we demolish is that mechanic areas. They've been petitioning us as per activities of area boys, in that estate, Hence, we as an organization that is saddled with the responsibility of maintaining that estate, we don't have a choice but to act. And let me again, by extension, let you know that it wasn't that place alone, that store, that were destroyed.
The LBIC is also accused of disregarding the advice given by a committee of the Lagos State House of Assembly on the issue.
The meeting is to meet LBIC that they should not come and demolish this place. So they now say that we fix time for us to meet and do the have meeting with the MD. But we just wake up on Sunday morning, we just saw caterpillar, bulldozer, they start demolishing. And after that, they brought another sticker that they were not sent from governor's office. They should rebuild the place back to us. But with the sticker up to now, they are still doing their job, scraping everything with tipper and pack away.
They only told us that they were going to use the place for a little time for them to abort their equipment, while they go out to do their daily assignment and all that, which we agreed at the court, at the sitting on that very day, only for them to come and do this.
We had a meeting with the assembly and representative here, Muji Macaulay, Honorable, and the LBIC officials. There were 3 in numbers. What they told us at the assembly, they said they wanted a portion to keep their items, that the state is about doing a project somewhere.
They didn't even come to us. It's still part of what they reported this organization to House of Assembly. And we were invited. We went there, we honored the house. I think the meeting was chaired by Honorable Macaulay. So we went there, and she listened to them. She listened to us. They wrote a petition to House of Assembly. And the verdict was, go and cooperate with LBIC. That what they want to do is for the benefit of the residents.
Residents also claim that the notice given before the demolition was too short.
We always ensure that we follow due process in doing whatever we want to do. Of course, those places that we located, we usually paste notice to tell them that we give them the normal notice that they should move whatever that we found on that place out, because we'll be coming. We pasted 3 months notice that whoever that has right or whoever that is using this place, please see us at LBIC to prove either the right to use the place or the ownership of the place.
The Residents Association shows us a letter written through its lawyers to LBIC explaining that the hall was ceded along with the estate. However, there is no document or plan to authenticate that claim.
Just go and scan it.
Lokoja-Abuja has lived here for over 44 years. He is saddened that his entreaties to relevant authorities were either turned down or completely ignored.
This is a letter written to the state government on the 1st of March. And the demolition was on the 14th. And we felt that this letter should have been replied, but that was not done. But besides that, I had to go into the governor's tweet, and I tweeted about 3 pages to him. And somebody called from the Chief of Staff's office. I don't know whether it is the Chief of Staff, but I don't normally pick calls that I don't register on my phone. But eventually I just picked it, and he said, I'm from the Chief of Staff office. And I want to say that the governor is in receipt of my text, and that is not sure that he's aware of it. If the governor is not aware, I think something must be happening. And I feel that a 44-year-old edifice, community center built, can be destroyed just within 24 hours. Now, what I expect the government to do is that I want something that will replace what we have 44 years ago. where we could meet. And besides, I want to be very sure that the government, the government is aware of this.
We have like about 5 CDAs in this neighborhood, and we cannot be meeting in our houses. Well, so we just need them to come out for us, to come and hear our cry here.
As it stands, the hall remains demolished, a reality that stares the residents in the face. The hope is that their appeal for another hall to be built will be considered by the Lagos state government.
Welcome back. From Abeokuta, where it started, the Ogun State low-cost housing scheme is being extended to Kobakpe in Obafemi Owode local government area. Some of the residents of the area see this as a step towards reducing the housing deficit in the state.
Ogun State is a major industrial hub in Nigeria. Well, this is partly because of its proximity to Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital and the 5th largest economy in Africa. As the state continues to witness industrial growth, it is also grappling with the challenge of housing deficit as a result of its growing population. Presently, the housing deficit in the state is over 2 million. Successive administrations have designed and pursued the implementation of several policies to tackle this social challenge. The present one is not left out. In 2019, Governor Lokoja-Abuja commenced the construction of low-cost housing units accessible through mortgage financing for low and middle-income earners at affordable rates. The Kobakpe housing estate in Obafemi Owode, about 13 minutes drive to Abeokuta, the state capital, is one of the projects being executed by the state government to deal with the shortfall in housing. To ensure quality standards and that the projects fall in line with its timeline, Governor Abiodun, along with some members of his cabinet, embark on an inspection visit to the site of the project, where work on the first phase is in top gear. With the aid of the layout design, Governor Abiodun is briefed on the scope and extent of the work done.
When you look at where we started from Kemta, which we built the first phase of about 125 housing units of 2 to 3 bedroom expandable units. We did some in Idiaba. We've come to Kobakpe. The first phase of this project is 500 units of 2 and 3 bedroom expandable units. And you are all aware that before we embarked on this project, we did a survey in line with our inclusiveness. We wanted to be sure that the houses we are providing meet the expectations of our people, both in land size, both in the size of the building themselves, both in affordability and location particularly, because we've seen housing estates built in this state in the past that have become a den of destitutes. Nobody bought them, and they're still there as we speak. I think we got this right because Kenta was oversubscribed. Even this one that we just started roofing is already becoming oversubscribed. What we're doing here, we're doing in Shagamu, we're doing in Ikene, we're doing in Ijebu-Ode, we're doing in Ota, we're doing in Ilaro. We're targeting 2,000 housing units. That will be a history.
By deploying direct labor, the project offers employment for the entire value chain of the building industry. Artisans and unemployed youths are engaged in different aspects of the work.
Majority of people within this local area are benefiting from it. You can see people are working mercilessly and they are getting paid. And in the next 2 years to come, this area will become nothing but a town. So it's a good privilege. We want to say we want to say, everybody would like to say a big thanks to him.
It is a huge blessing to this area, because at least it's bringing civilization to this environment, as in bringing development as well to this environment.
The project is expected to transform the fortunes of the host community.
It's good to urbanize this place, as it were. You know, probably a few months back, it was more of a jungle. But now, looking at it with all these housing units that are being built now, if we come here in another probably 6 or 7 months, but it's nearly completion, already is a city, you know. So, the economic impact, of course, the people who enjoy water, road, because I don't see the government putting all these housing units without road or water, you know, and they'll benefit more, which means that he's creating or yielding dividend of democracy to his people who voted him in as a governor.
The Ogun State Ministry of Housing is saddled with the responsibility of formulating and implementing government's policy on housing projects and real estate development. The Commissioner for Housing, Jagomolu Omoniyi, lists amenities that will be provided along with the housing units.
We will be providing all the basic amenities that a community should have. The layout shows that, yes, we have the green areas, we serve as the playgrounds and play areas. We have spaces for commercials where people can, where we eventually put up structures for commercial activities. There will be site offices. There will be place of worship for both the Muslims and the Christian beliefs. There will be schools, and so these are basic facilities that we must have in our next state, and we are providing them to complement these good things that that is springing up in Kobakwe.
In providing further insights to the project, Mr. Omoniyi explains the drive behind the state government's intent on low-cost housing and its implication on the economy.
The housing deficit in Ogun State is about 2 million. It's over 2 million, okay? And if you also see, that figure is increasing because there's some basic facilities that are provided in Ogun State, and the policies of the state government has shown Ogun State to be a destination for investors, a destination for people that want to live here. Because our idea is we want to continue to create smart cities where people could live, work, and play. Like now, the rail corridor that has just been opened shows that an average person can live in Ogun State, join the train, and within 45 minutes or thereabout, you're already in Lagos, in Idumota. So, if this happens, it shows that an average person that works on the island, in Lagos, works on the mainland, can actually have their houses in Ogun State here, around this corridor, okay? And jump on the train, and within an hour, you're already in Lagos. How much easy you think life can be, if not that? And more interesting is the fact that most of the houses that we have proposed are oversubscribed. And I'm sure you have the records of the AK Degun, which was built by the last administration, was left unsold. We've finished selling. People are living there right today. The Prince Court Estate of 130 units that the state government commissioned last year, oversubscribed, already allocated. And here in Kobakwe, where we are presently putting up 300,000 units to be commissioned by May 2021. I can also tell you that these housing units are already oversubscribed. So this gives the government the courage and the encouragement to continue to deliver this housing unit for the people, because the government is more focused on delivering what the people want, not what the state government feel the people want. Okay? So we've assessed the basic needs of the people, and we see that housing is very important and paramount. And that's why the state government is being encouraged to do more in terms of provision of these basic facilities. The focal point is that, yes, we are creating smart cities, and at the same time, we are creating employment for the low-income people, so that the artisans, be it bricklayers, welders, and we have means of sustainability, means of livelihood by providing the direct jobs for them. And these are things that the state government has been able to demonstrate over a period of time.
The low-cost housing project currently going on in Abeokuta, Kobakwe, and Shagamu has been extended to other areas for equal accessibility, including Ijebu-Ode, Ilaro, and Ota. The Ogun State government says it hopes to provide 2,500 housing units by 2023.
It doesn't take so much to be a reporter on this platform. Your pictures and videos of happenings around you are enough to tell your story and attract developmental changes accordingly. Simply post your pictures and video on our Eyewitness portal via the Channels TV app, which you can download from the various app stores online. That's where we draw the curtain on this edition of the program. See you again next time. I am Yomi Otaibi.